Welcome to the IHN show, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode number Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Or if you're from 1985.
Yep, it's something else.
Yeah, and a DeLorean with a flux capacitor.
Yep.
That's 5 free dingers right there. That's really loud. You know, I forget every time to turn that bitch down.
Yep. Oh well.
Right. Well, you already saw that 5 dingers.
Nice. Get your dinger sheet ready here.
Just make sure you don't go outside and stick a metal rod up in the air. That might hurt like hell.
Yeah, the results are shocking.
I love that.
I love that. Anyway.
What is it, AC or DC current?
Shut up.
I don't know. You're going to be rocking, though.
Yeah, you will. Oh, that's good.
And then you'll be rolling.
Yep, later.
On a stretcher to the hospital.
With a bang.
Oh.
Alright, that's enough of that.
Yep. Yeah, that pretty much sums this up.
Don't let the door hit your rear end on the way out.
Yeah, don't let the door smack your ass on the way out.
So...
Alright, Richie Rich, settle down.
We have Stanley Cup, Calder Cup, and Kelly Cup playoffs to talk about today. Like normal, we have NASCAR, the race to talk about there, and then the IndyCar race to talk about as well, I believe. So it should be a pretty full episode.
I would hope so. So, we're going to get hopping right into like a bullfrog. Maybe if I hit the right button. We're going to hop right into it like a bullfrog, you know, bud.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go with, what track am I? Now, I'm sure I've done this track before. I'm sure. But we're going to see how well you retain information. All right, you ready, Harold?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you one of 2 distances.
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to give you both.
All right.
Okay, which one would you like? Short distance of the track or the long distance if you take the normal route around the track?
Oh, boy. All right. Let's try the...
Well, I'm going to give you one of them.
One of them.
Not going to give you both.
Let's go with the short distance. Which one is the shorter one? I'm going to go with that.
The short distance around this track is 2.454 miles.
545, eh?
And it's a total of 8 turns.
Holy jumping.
So obviously it's a road course.
Yeah.
Completely asphalt.
Oh my.
In fact, it was repaved only a couple years ago.
Well.
NASCAR goes there. Formula 1 used to go there. IMSA goes there. IndyCar used to go there. And let me see what else used to. There's quite a few things that used to. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that went on here, but really, the big 4 were NASCAR, Formula 1, IMSA, and IndyCar. 2 of which still only go there, being NASCAR and IMSA.
Really?
Yes. This track is owned by ISC, soon to be NASCAR. Once that goes through, it has a capacity of 38,900 heaps, an FIA grade of 2. It has been a permanent circuit since 1956, although it's actually a different shape. It's a different design and layout than what it was back then. NASCAR and IMSA still go there, like I've said.
But IndyCar doesn't go
IndyCar
there.
and Formula 1 do not.
Okay.
Anymore.
Used to.
Okay. I believe this is the first permanent racetrack. I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong. No, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to be wrong. You got a minute 5 left. You know, it's very hard not to get rid of to say too many hints on this.
Yeah.
The track has a inner loop, also known as a bus stop in it, which NASCAR utilizes. The bus stop.
It is Watkins Glen.
What the? Yes, that's the correct answer. I don't know why you just didn't rattle off the 3 road courses that are on the NASCAR schedule.
I was thinking about it, but...
Sonoma, Roval. I would have just said Sonoma, Roval, Watkins Glen. Which one's right?
Yep.
So. Yes, this was if I'm not mistaken, this was the site of the first U.S. Grand Prix post World War II. And
Wow.
I want to say this was the first consecutive racetrack built post World War. Well, first consecutive road course built post World War II, I should say. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But whatever. All right, that is that. I believe, yes, I believe that if you're late to class, I know, never mind.
I know where you were going with that. I love that joke.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
All right, and let's go into some little bit of a. Oh, let's go into some IndyCar from the Motor City. All right, listen here, you all so-and-sos. This week was the duels in Detroit, or the Detroit Grand Prix duels, however you want to call it. Round 7 and 8 of the IndyCar schedule. The first race was on Saturday, June 1st, at around 3 p.m. a start time. The pole sitter for that race was... Oh, don't tell me. Come on. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. Well. Oh, yeah, your pole sitter was Alexander Rossi. There we go.
Nice.
And he ended up finishing second. Your winner was the number 2 car of Joseph Newgarden.
Nice.
An American and a Chevrolet winning in Detroit. Can't get much better than that.
Exactly.
That's a free dinger right there.
That's nice.
If only I would have had a blue oval on it. Oh, sorry. Did I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
Your second place finisher was Alexander Rossi. Third was Takuma Sato. Fourth, Felix Rosenquist. Fifth, Ryan Hunter-Reay. Sixth, oh wait, that's Ryan Hunter-Reay's nickname.
Captain America.
Sixth, Simon Pagenaud. Simon Pagenaud.
103rd, I believe it is, Indy 500 winner.
Seventh was Graham Rahal. Eighth, Zach Veach. Ooh, Graham Rahal's actually my fun fact. That in a little bit.
Nice.
Eighth is Zach Veach. Ninth is the mayor of Hinchtown, being James
Hinchcliffe.
10th is Spencer Pigot. 11th is the Frenchman. Ooh, do you remember who the Frenchman is? The Frenchman.
Is it Sebastian Bourdais? Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
12th
That's how it's done.
12th, Colton Herta. 13th, Marcus Ericsson. 14th, Patty O'Ward. 15th, Tony Kanaan. 16th, Marco Andretti. 17th, Max Chilton. 18th, Will Power. 19th, Santino Ferrucci. 20th, Ed Jones. 21st, Matthias Lace. And 22nd was Scott Dixon. There was only 2 lead changes in the entire race. Joseph Newgarden led 25 laps. Alexander Rossi led 18. There were... How does that work? What? The race took an hour and 15 minutes. And 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 30.5932 seconds. Fastest lap was 110.550 miles per hour on lap 43 by Joseph Newgarden. Fastest leader lap was 110.550 miles per hour on the same thing on lap 43 by Joseph Newgarden. There was 14 caution laps for a total of 4 cautions. Now that doesn't make sense. What's 18 plus 25? That's what?
18
47?
plus 18 plus 25.
43.
Yeah, 43.
43. How many? That doesn't. No, there was not 43. I don't know. I was seeing. Ooh, this rain might. Actually, I didn't watch this race because I had to go to graduation party, so I wasn't able to watch this race. I bet that race
Was.
Let me see. I'm trying to. I bet you the race got rain shortened. Because the second race was like 85 laps or 70 laps. So I bet the first race got rain shortened. In the second race, the fastest lap was 112.635 set by Simon Pagenaud on lap 41, and the fastest leader lap was 111.915 set in lap 47 by Will Power. There were 6 lead changes, a total of 23 caution laps, for a total of 5 cautions. The leader summary to Scott Dixon led 44 laps, which is double of
22.
Santino Ferrucci led 20, Will Power 3, Ericsson 2, and Joseph Newgarden 1. Newgarden was actually on the pole for this race. Your finishing order for this race: Scott Dixon first, Marcus Ericsson second, Will Power was third, fourth, Captain America, fifth, Alexander Rossi, sixth, Marco Andretti, seventh, Graham Rahal, eighth, Zach Veach, ninth, the Frenchman, 10th, Santino Ferrucci, 11th, Pato O'Ward, 12th, Colton Herta, 13th, Takuma Sato, 14th, Ed Jones, 15th, Max Chilton, 16th, Felix Rosenquist, 17th, Simon Pagenaud, 18th, Hinchtown, 19th, Joseph Newgarden, 20th, Matthias Lace, 21st, Spencer Pigot, and 22nd, Tony Kanaan. You already got 10 dingers.
Well, I'll be danged.
The race took 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 18.9365 seconds. The average speed was 87.877. If it was 88, oh my god, the dingers would have been rolling in.
Oh, they would have.
Oh, jeez. So, that's all I've got. I do have a little bit of IndyCar news because I just closed the page. I open USOB. Let me try and find it. Give me 3 seconds. Don't you hate when you close a tab? Alright, hold on. I think I can find it right there. Alright, there we go. So, do you know what country Scott Dixon is from?
I'm not sure. I think you've told me before, but I can't remember.
New Zealand.
Really?
Yes. 5-time NTT IndyCar Series champion Scott Dixon has been racing royalty for much of his spectacular career. On Sunday, he became part of the British Commonwealth royalty when he was honored by Queen Elizabeth II on the 66th anniversary of her coronation as the Queen of the United Kingdom. Her Majesty the Queen appointed the Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit to Dixon in recognition of his services motorsports. Others will also be named to the Queen's list, and this will be part of the Queen's birthday honors in 2019. The Queen's birthday honors list recognizes the achievements of a wide range of extraordinary people across the United Kingdom. The Queen's birthday honors are a chance for the British monarch to commend national and Commonwealth individuals who have made an outstanding contribution to society. The Queen gives out honors twice a year, on New Year's Day and on her official birthday, which takes place on the second Saturday in June. The tradition was first instituted during the reign of Queen Victoria in 1860, with the New Year honors added 30 years later. Today, the Queen confers a variety of titles of people from a wide range of backgrounds and industries, and the awards are received at an insertive ceremony at Buckingham Palace. So, that's pretty cool, because it puts the sport of IndyCar on a worldwide stage. So that's not bad. Alright, that's all I've got. Time to move on to a little bit of guess what?
Fun fact.
Hey, you got it right for once. Go ahead.
Hey, it's about time. Alright. My fun fact is on my phone, and boy, do I have a good one. This is actually a pretty jaw-dropping fun fact, and I kid you not. Okay, so now, pretty much, my fun fact is 1 week ago I got about my fun fact that it takes place. Today's June 3rd, 1 week ago, on Monday, May 27, after that game for hockey in the AHL, after that game, that game set AHL history as Chicago Wolves, or I think it was. Wait a minute. That might have been the game before. Let me see here.
How about
Here we go. Here.
Oh, geez, you didn't even have it ready?
I didn't know I had to get something else.
Do 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 do
It was the game before. All right. So on May 25th, it wasn't May 27. That game when the Chicago Wolves beat San Diego in Game 5 at Valley View Casino Center. Chicago Wolves starting goaltender Max Lagacé was credited for the 4th goal of the game on that Saturday, becoming the first goaltender in history. Well, he got a goal. It was the first goaltender in AHL history to score a goal in the Calder Cup playoffs. Max Lagacé had a hold of the puck, and he tried to clear it down the net when San Diego got a hold of the puck and were passing it around, trying to get something going with their goalie pulled to try and score a goal and get back in the game, when one of the San Diego wingers missed a pass, and that pass went all the way into their own net, and Max Lagacé was credited with the first goal in AHL Calder Cup playoffs history.
Nice.
I kid you not.
Wow, that's a fluke.
I know, that was on Saturday, May 25. Unbelievable. And that is my fun fact.
Well, I forgot to mention 2 things for IndyCar news.
Alright.
One of them was because I didn't have it up, and that was the ratings, but that's no big deal because I can always just do that later.
Yep.
When they get finalized. But so far, the overnight rating for NBC, the
Big Boy Network,
at the Detroit Grand Prix was a 0.7 on Saturday and a 0.8 on Sunday, up from last year's 0.6 on Saturday, but down from last year's 0.9 on Sunday. Both races were on ABC. So, I mean, really, if you look at the average, they're the exact same.
yeah.
Yeah, they're the exact same.
Mhm.
So, average-wise, it did no better.
Yep.
Race-wise, first one was better, second one was worse.
Yep.
But average-wise, they were the same. It was the same. Now, this only goes to tenths. I don't know if it goes maybe the hundreds. It could be like 0.89, and it could be 0.91. Oh, jeez. Like, or 0.90. Like,
Yeah, whatever.
And this is just the overnight. And recently, racing ratings have been going up after the overnights.
Which is good.
Yes. And I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. Because I already have it up now. Okay, so NASCAR's been on a good streak of having improved TV ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like Mitt, that ended today. Their overnight rating for Pocono was a 1.4.
Oh my.
Last year's race was a 1.6.
Jeepers.
Dropped 0.2.
Yeah, they really screwed the pooch on that.
Now, it's just the overnight. It could go up.
Yep.
It has before. The Kansas race was down, then went above it. So, I mean, but as of right now, obviously Pocono hadn't hit rock bottom. Every other race has.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to Michigan. Now, I'm ready to say Michigan we can't compare to last year because last year's race was on Fox. This year's race is on FS1.
Oh.
So it's comparing apples to oranges right there.
Yeah.
So, but I believe the year before it was on FS1. But it's probably still going to be down. But
Yeah, probably will.
race at FS1 beats the race last year at Fox.
Yeah, how does that work?
Yeah, just the mitt face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And another IndyCar news. Back in 2009.
In the Civil War days.
Huh? 10 years ago.
I know, it was a long time ago.
Huh? Well, you're 18, so yeah, that's more than half your life.
Yeah.
Back in 2009, from 2001 to 2009, I'm pretty sure those are the right dates. IndyCar used to run at Richmond Raceway. or Richmond International Raceway is what it's called at the time. Richmond Raceway, which is what it's called now.
Yeah. Nice.
They stopped racing there in 2009. My dad actually said that those races was actually a pretty good race.
Really?
Just nobody went.
Yeah.
Because when you think of the Southeast, what racing automatically comes to your mind?
For the Southeast?
For the Southeast of the United States.
Charlotte.
No, racing. Not racetrack. Racing. What type of racing?
Oh, NASCAR.
NASCAR. Right. So, you're trying to bring an IndyCar, an open wheel car to a stock car stomping grounds. Mm. It's not going to quite do as well as if you brought it to the Midwest. Now it's the other way in the Midwest.
Yeah.
IndyCar, I mean, NASCAR will always outsell IndyCar in attendance, except in the Indy 500.
Yeah.
It will always.
Yeah.
But in the Midwest, if you look at all of IndyCar's tracks, Indianapolis, Mid-Ohio, Road America, Iowa, Gateway, run out of Detroit, run out of tracks, hold on. Detroit, what do we got here? Yeah, I think that's it. So we got Indianapolis, the Indianapolis Road Course, Indianapolis, Detroit, Road America, Mid-Ohio, Iowa. What was the other one I said? I can't remember. Anyways, that's 5 tracks. Oh, Gateway. That's 6 tracks in the Midwest alone.
Yep.
Now, if you tell me that IndyCar is not a Midwest dominant sport, I'm going to kick you right in the ass, right?
Exactly.
Because it is. NASCAR always does best in the Southwest, because that's where NASCAR's from. IndyCar always does best in the Midwest, because, well, that's where Indianapolis is. But it's just where it started. So it's just going to do more dominant. Anyways, I'm off my soapbox. There is a potential return that IndyCar could return to Richmond.
Which is pretty good.
That would be cool. I hope they would make it a night race.
Yeah, that would be so awesome.
Because the 2 NASCAR races are in like early spring and late, or mid-spring, mid-fall.
Yeah.
So if you could put like dead nuts in the summer,
it'd be perfect.
It'd be perfect because it's right in the middle. You know, you're not gonna overlap with people that were saving up to go to a NASCAR race, and you put it like 2 weeks before. They're gonna be like, well, IndyCar, I'm gonna go to the NASCAR race. You know, but if you put it right in the summer, I see that working.
Yep.
So. But my fun fact is, okay, so I can't remember what year IndyCar started doing the duels in Detroit. It's whenever year they stopped going to Michigan. Would be the early 2010s. Anyways, there's only been one driver that has won both dual races in 1 year.
Really?
That was in 2017 when Graham Rahal did it.
Wow.
He won both dual races. So, all right, soapbox time is over. Get in the sin bin, you SOB. And so I says, go ahead with this absolute mother scores.
To start off, we have
first one of them is good. The other one, not so much.
It's a bit of a sad note.
Yeah.
What do you think of them apples? Oh yeah. All right.
And depends what's eating it. A bear?
Yeah. Shut up. On Saturday, June 1st. The Brews hosted their very first Stanley Cup Finals game for the first time in 49 years, and boy was it a serious paddling, as the Brews only got 2, and the Beaches got 7. That was a serious paddling. They didn't play on Sunday, June 1st, but on Monday, June 3rd, today, at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Blues host the Bruins at Enterprise Center on NBC, also known as
the Big Boy Network.
Other than that, that is all we have for our scores. Thursday, June 6th, is game number 5 in Boston. So that's it for that, for the NHL. Now it's time to move on to my scores, and now I'm going to start off with the AHL. Calder Cup Finals. Here we go. We left off last episode with the Charlotte Checkers President's Trophy winners and the Chicago Wolves in the 2019 Calder Cup Finals. Saturday, June 1st, at Bojangles Coliseum at 7 p.m. Eastern, I think it was. Chicago got 4 in overtime, and the Checkers got 3. I kid you not.
Nice.
So Chicago took a 1-0 lead, and on Sunday, June 2nd, the Wolves got 3, and the Checkers got 5 to tie up the series at 1. So on Wednesday, June 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern in Chicago at Allstate Arena is Game 3. I'll announce that next episode. So that series is tied at 1. It is now time to move on to the ECHL with our very own Toledo Walleye in the Kelly Cup Finals for the very first time in franchise history, going up against the Newfoundland Growlers, the newest team in the ECHL. You know what I've always wanted to ask you for a long time, but I never got to? Do you know what the name of the team was that the Newfoundland Growlers actually replaced? They actually replaced somebody and were not... They are a new team, but they replaced some other team. Do you remember what the name of that team was? I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this team.
When did they replace them?
Huh?
When did they get replaced?
The beginning of this year.
Oh, this year. Okay, because I was.
I was to say
the first team that hopped in my mind was the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Oh no, that's in the OHL.
Well, they're in the OHL now, but they used to be in the AHL.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the first time I was like, it depends on what year. So this is their first year.
Yeah, this team that they replaced played in the 17-18 season.
Of the
ECHL.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if you get this.
What was this? Like, was this the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest? Where was this old team from?
This old team is from the East Coast of the U.S., and this city name, or town name, whatever you want to call it, they have a team in the Slapshot League. Think of the 6 teams in the Slapshot League.
Well, you got Carolina.
Yup.
They replaced them this year.
Yeah, at the beginning of this year.
The Colorado Eagles. I don't know.
No.
That's a good guess, though, because they're in the AHL now.
The team that the Newfoundland Growlers replaced at the beginning of this year was the Elmira Jackals. I figured you had never heard of that. Like the Elmira Enforcers and the
I know the
Slapshot
Enforcers,
League.
but...
Yeah. They replaced the Elmira Jackals at the beginning of this. I've been wanting to tell you that for a couple weeks, but I've always kept forgetting. But, anyway, we left off on May 29 at Huntington Center when the Toledo Walleye won their very first Kelly Cup Finals game as they beat Newfoundland 4-1 to get back to within 1 of the series. They were down 1-2 games in that series, and on May 31st at Huntington Center, they played Game 4. The Newfoundland Growlers got 4, and the Toledo Walleye got 2. Newfoundland had a 3-1 series lead in the ECHL over Toledo, but on June 1st, on Saturday, at Huntington Center, Pat Nagel, coming in clutch for the Toledo Walleye, standing on his head in the third period, only let the Newfoundland Growlers get 1, and the Toledo Walleye managed to hang on as they got 3 and cut it close.
Yeah.
The Toledo Walleye are down 2-3 in the 2019 Kelly Cup Finals. Game 6 is June 4th at Mile 1 Center at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday, June 5th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern is Game 7, if necessary, also at Mile 1
Hopefully necessary.
Center. Yeah, I hope our boys can force a Game 7 at least. So other than that, that's all I have for the hooking segment.
Alright, you're still in the sin bin, so I guess we'll go on to some of that NHL news now that World Championships is over. Mitch Marner's contract is the most urgent task for the Maple Leafs.
I've heard that.
Obviously, they've learned their lesson from last year.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Yuso Ricola. I don't know. Some defenseman for that one team in Pennsylvania that's not the Flyers. Signed a 1-year contract. Oh, what an idiot. To get $850,000 per year. I didn't have time to write down any of this news. I know you said Zaitsev is looking to leave Maple Leafs, who will try to trade him.
Yep.
Although he's overpaid, I don't see him going anywhere.
Exactly.
Kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
Definitely.
Yeah, Sundqvist got suspended for Game 3.
Oh, I heard that, yeah.
Ooh, that's a nice fun fact. On March 31st, Ray Bork became the oldest player to score a goal in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Hot dang.
At... How old was the old fart?
41, 42?
It says 40-year-old defenseman.
Oh, wow.
It didn't say days or... That sucks. Alright. The NHL and the Capitals issue statements on Kuznetsov. There was a video circling on social media. I don't even know what happened. What happened?
For what now?
Oh, there was a video of him taking some illegal drugs.
Uh-oh.
That's why I've never taken illegal drugs in my life and career. Yeah, it's really hard to believe that now. He said he would like to publicly apologize to the Capitals, teammates, fans, and everyone else putting myself in a bad situation. This was a hard lesson for me to learn. Yep, you should go smoke a bong over it.
Shut up.
Okay, let me see here. Flyers GM says they will be aggressive in offseason to improve roster. Hey, do me a favor. Look how much cap space the Flyers have.
How much cap space the Flyers have, eh?
Yeah. Cars. I have to go back to the... I got rid of the unrestricted free agent list, I think. That sucks. So I was going to look at who they would be able to pick up, if anybody.
Alright, let me see here.
What is the Flyers cap space looking like? Did you just go to like Cap Friendly or whatever it was called?
Well, I just looked up. Here's Cap Friendly. Okay, I just clicked the first.
It should say like
projected cap hit, projected cap space, 33.4 million.
Huh?
I was just saying, I know that's not right.
Well, it could be. Let me look myself. That doesn't sound right.
Exactly.
Flyers cap space. Current space 33. Yeah, it could be right. Well, it says roster size. Well, contracts 32 out of 50.
Yeah.
So, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 draft picks this year. That's a lot. Yeah, I would say they would be able to do a lot this year. Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys whose contracts end next year. That's going to be a busy GM right there. Well, and you also have Patrick Nolan. Well, you have Patrick Nolan on an entry level.
You want to flip-flop them
Or Nolan
names?
Patrick, sorry.
That's better.
You got Oscar Lindblom. He's
Yep.
on entry level. I would assume Carter Hart is on entry level.
Yep.
So Alex Lyons is getting only paid $750,000.
Wow.
Yeah, the highest paid player is
I would assume Giroux.
Giroux at 8.275. Voracek's 8.25. Van Riemsdyk is 7. Thierry is 4.333.333.
And you know what that's half of? Nice.
Michael Raffel is 1.6.
That's overpaid.
Andrew McDonald is 5. Shane Gossister is 4.5. That's not bad.
Yep.
Rando Gudas is 3.35.
Rako Gudas.
Yes. David Schlemko is 2.1.
Nice.
Robert Hagg is 1.15. And Samuel Morin is 700,000.
Yep.
So, and then everybody else is restricted or unrestricted free agents for the 2019-2020 season. So they got 10 guys they got to sign this year. So that's why their cap space is so low.
Yep.
Because they don't have 10 guys that... Okay, so... yeah, I should have seen that one coming. If you look at things right now, everybody's cap space is going to look low because you're going to have people that are going to be technically out of a contract now.
Yeah. All right.
As of, well, July 1st, they will be out of a contract. But for the most part, they don't have a contract right now. So... Yeah, this was the Blues. I know you said in 49 years, but this is the Blues' first home. That yesterday, or June 1st, was the Blues' first home game cup final in 17,924 days.
Just a few.
Just a few beers.
Yeah. Shut up.
Oh, okay. Clutterbuck is expected to be ready for the Islanders training camp. He had back surgery last month. Yep. It sucks not having me able to write down any of the news. Gotta sit here and scroll all freaking day. Keep doing this. I can't. They should just make a thing where I could just, Yeah, I don't know. Oh, return. Yeah, whatever. Yep. Yep. Come on. Come on now. Can't find no more news. Yeah, okay. You might just wanna. Yeah, like. Do you have any NHL news or hockey news in general?
I got nothing. I'm just waiting for on this day.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. It still blows my mind how Rask is not exhausted yet.
Exactly.
Well, I guess when you kind of get to the Stanley Cup Finals, you find it down deep in you. But still.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Saturdays was Binnington's bad game.
Yeah.
Rask has not really had a bad game yet. We need him to have 3 bad games, all right?
In a row.
Yeah, get injured, sumbitch. No, I don't want him to get injured. Get injured, Brad Marchand.
That's better.
Did that, the high Q of the whole NHL would go up by 6 points.
Pretty much.
On average. Oh my goodness. Alright, I think I've just almost reached the top. Binnington prepared to bounce back. Yeah, just like the pucks were bouncing off his pads.
Shut up.
Alright, I got on this day now. June 3rd, on this day, Desjardins, Mr. Eric Desjardins of the Montreal Canadiens becomes the first NHL defenseman to score 3 goals in the Stanley Cup Final.
Hot dang.
Guess what year that was?
Alright, who was the guy that did it again?
Eric Desjardins.
The
first defenseman to score a hat trick in the Stanley Cup Final.
I have no idea.
Take a guess of what year you think this would have been.
I have absolutely no
Take a guess of what year this might have been.
Let's go 1960.
Oh, jeez. Eric Desjardins is not even born back in 1960.
I didn't know.
1993.
Holy cow.
It took almost 80 years. It took 75 years. Yeah, almost 75, just over 75 years. For a defenseman to score 3 goals in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. That's a long time. 1982, center Dave Keon announces his retirement after 18 seasons in the NHL, the first 15 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He has 396 goals, 986 points for 1,296 NHL games. In 2000, Jason Arnott has a goal and assist. Rookie defenseman Brian Rafalski, who has 2 assists, and the New Jersey Devils defeat the Dallas Stars. In Game 3 of the Cup Finals at Reunion Arena. Arnott ties the game at 1-1 late in the game. Barton Broder makes, guess how many?
22
saves.
That's pretty good.
Oh, geez. 2004, the Calgary Flames, who got screwed out of a Stanley Cup, tie an NHL single-season playoff record with their 10th road victory by defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2 in overtime in Game 5 of the Finals. Yep, and they should have won Game 6, but they got screwed. Olaus Cyprian beats Nikolai Habibulin at 14:40 for the win after the Flames hold a 1-0 and 2-1 leads. Geez, goalie battle much.
Pretty much.
Mika Kiprusoff makes 26 saves for Calgary, which leads a 3-2 series lead in the best-of-7 series. In 2013, the Boston, I don't care, outscore the I don't care team in Pittsburgh 4-1. We'll just skip that one. In 2015, the Chicago Blackhawks get goals by Teuvo Teravainen and Anton Vermette less than 2 minutes into the third period to defeat the Lightning 2-1 in Game 1 of the Cup Finals at Amalie Arena. Teravainen ties the game at 13:28, ending a shutout streak of 113 minutes and 28 seconds by Lightning going Ben Bishop. Jeez, he was lighting them up.
Shut up.
Yep, and then they got thunderstruck. In 2017, the Nashville Predators delight the packed house of Bridgestone Arena by defeating the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-1.
That's pretty good.
Why is this not working?
That's better.
I haven't been able to use it all day yet. You know what? Because it's Pittsburgh. That's better.
That's better.
Rowan Yossi ties the game 1-1 by scoring a power play goal 5:51 in the second period. Then assists on goals by Frederick Goodrew and James Neal to put
the real deal Neal
to put Nashville ahead 3-1. Victory in Game 3 cuts Pittsburgh to lead in the best series 2-1. Yet Nashville still it's the bad. All right, and I think it's time for a little bit of trivia. You're up. Go ahead.
All right. My trivia question is: back in the day in hockey, what hockey player graciously switched his number to 77 so that Phil Esposito could retire with the number 7?
So he went from 7 to 77.
So Phil Esposito could retire with
the
his number 7.
And I'm assuming this is for Boston.
Hmm?
Okay. Let's see here. How'd you go with this one?
Found it on the internet.
Well, duh!
Born December 28, 1960, age 58.
I don't know, just tell me.
Born in Saint Laurent, Quebec, Canada.
Saint Jockstrap Laurent?
That's it.
Okay.
5'11", 219 pounds.
Not including the jockstrap.
Left-handed shot defenseman.
Hey, just like me.
Hey. Drafted 8th overall in the 1979 NHL draft.
Or what we like to call an old-timer.
Yeah, pretty much. This guy went into the Hockey
Who did he get
Hall
drafted
of Fame
by?
In 2004. Huh?
Who did he get drafted by?
Boston.
Oh.
He played for some jockstrap French team from 76-77 until 78-79, and then he played for the Boston Beaches from 1979-1980 all the way up until 1999, 2000, and then he got traded to the Colorado Avalanche from 99-2000 to the 2000-2001 season and called it quits there.
So he retired at the end of the 2001 season.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Mr. Ray Bork to me.
It is. I was just about to say, Ray Bork for a defenseman. First line defenseman for how famous this guy was. 1,612 games played. 1,579 points.
Yeah.
Holy
he would have played
shit.
He would have played his entire career with Boston, but he got asked to be traded to Colorado because Colorado was dominant that year.
Yeah.
Just so he could win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Because that's a guy who deserves the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Ray Bork did.
Yep.
And he played with a great Boston team, at least for the other 28 teams, 29 teams, depending on what you're looking at. So,
that's my trivia question.
My trivia question is more Go Fish trivia.
Oh, no.
Oh, I like Go Fish trivia. Who has the most saves in a shootout by a goaltender career?
In a career. Oh, wow. This ought to be good. All right.
And it's still increasing.
Oh, my. Okay. All right. Where was this guy born?
He was born in Sweden. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that city's name. I got no chance.
Oh, then I'm going to go with Lundqvist. Well, that didn't take long.
Yep, that was a cream puff.
Yep, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I saw that. He's at 290 saves right now.
Holy jumping.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Beers. Alright.
Well,
lead us in.
We are now going to move on into the NASCAR segment.
Get a nice shot of Harold. Alright, see ya. This past week, it was the Pocono 400. 38th annual Pocono 400 that had a 0.2 drop in ratings. It was 160 laps for, guess what, a total of how many miles?
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute.
I said it 3 times now.
400.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Cutting it close.
Yeah, it's the Pocono 400. 600 miles? I don't think so.
Don't think so.
The only tracks that say 500 or anything like that, but they actually aren't 500 miles, besides short tracks. Tracks are less than a mile.
Yep.
Because obviously, if they did 500 miles at Bristol, okay, you're looking at like a 6.5, 7 hour race.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It would.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
But the only tracks that are, say, 500, but it's actually 500 kilometers are, can you think of one? It's been the Subway. Here's one for you. The Subway Fresh Fit 500.
That's in kilometers.
That's in kilometers. Because if they did miles, that'd be a long-ass race. That'd be like 5-6 hour race. A 1 mile track.
Subway Fresh.
And it turns out to be 312 laps for 312 miles. Give or take a few tenths on the kilometers.
I should know.
They go to this track twice, and they're both 500 kilometer events.
Yep. I recognize. I just gotta figure out which track is it.
Alright, you keep thinking about it. The other one is the Roval. Because if they did 500 miles at that...
Yeah, that's
500. In fact, I think it might be the Bank of America 400.
Yeah.
Because it used to be the Bank of... Charlotte actually holds... Before they went to the Roval, if you look at just Charlotte, the oval itself, that held the most NASCAR... Those 2 races... Well, if you look at the 2 races at Charlotte, they have the most laps out of the entire schedule for a racetrack. Mm-hmm. Charlotte does, because you got the 600, then you got a 500 race.
Yep.
You know, if you look at Daytona, that's 500, 400.
Yep.
Talladega's 500, 500.
Yep.
So, and there's not many other tracks that are actually 500, 500. So, by the way, it's Phoenix.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Hang nab.
Anyways, they're at Pocono, a 2.5 mile triangle. Hashtag what turn 4.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Your race pole sitter was the number 24 of William
Byron.
Nobody
would have guessed that.
Well, it's his second pole in a row.
Well, I'll be danged.
The race was done in 2 hours, 58 minutes, and Chase Elliott seconds.
Nice.
But he was not in the Hootersmobile. Damn it, get in the Hootersmobile.
No, he was not. I remember that. We watched the last part of the race. It was good.
The average speed was 134.718 miles per hour. The margin of victory was 2.224 seconds.
Oh, cutting it close.
Got robbed.
To the first degree.
I'll get through the stage 1 and stage 2 top 10. Your stage 1 top 10 was Kyle Larson, William Byron, Brad Keselowski. I always said Chase Elliott. Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, Daniel Suarez. I keep always wanting to say Kurt Busch when I see the 41.
I know, right?
The 22 of
sliced bread.
19 of Martin Truex Jr. before he done blowed up.
Mm-hmm.
And 21 of Paul Menard.
Dude.
Your stage 2 top 10 was Kyle Larson, Sliced Bread, William Byron, Brad
Keselowski.
The 6 of
Flying Ryan Rocketman Newman.
Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Daniel Hemrick, and Daniel Suarez. There were 8 cautions for 28 laps, one being a competition caution because it rained there overnight on lap 20. Then there was an oopsie in turn 3 with the number 3 of
Austin. I don't deserve to be in the playoffs, Dylan. Yeah, I saw his crash.
The 21 of Paul Menard. Then you had stage 1. Then you had the 95 go for an oopsie in turn 2 in the tunnel turn. Then you had another oopsie in the tunnel turn with the number 36 of, I want to say that's not David Reagan, that is Matt Tifft. Then you had an oopsie, or you had debris from the 32, which is, who's in the 32? Corey, Comfort and Joy.
Nice.
And again, stage 2 conclusion. And then you had the race winding down, Kyle Busch freaking whipping ass. And then the number 17 of
Ricky Stenhouse
never fails.
Put it into the wall.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, it was great.
With perfect timing at its finest.
Every time I see him, he always comes in clutch with a wreck.
He does.
Like,
he's got Danica Patrick syndrome.
Yeah, there must be like a NASCAR official like sitting from like a rooftop on top of those, like, all right, there he goes, gets like a little sniper rifle out, ran tires, poof, into the wall. All right, we got a caution.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. I just sit there and laugh.
Yeah.
Every time he calls the call, I just laugh. I'm like, are you serious? Great. It's funny, though. It's just... And it's great because his name's Ricky, because, you know, Recky.
Recky goes right along
Recky
with
Stenhouse. Recky the stack bar, and half the field in the stack bar, Stenhouse Jr.
Jr.
Haven't called him that in a while. You had 13 lead changes among 9 drivers. William Byron, Kyle Larson, BK, The Shrub, Clip,
with a P,
Beer, Chase Elliott, Dennis,
the Menace,
Hamlin, the Mexican,
Daniel Suarez,
and Daniel
Hemroyd.
Rick.
Oh, dang it.
Daniel Hemrick.
Oh, ain't no difference, but alright.
Yes, there is. You can't make him what we call him if it's like that.
Now he says this.
Oh, it's just like when you say Joey. You can't say that.
Yeah, I know that now. I learned that years ago.
Yeah, because I freaking railed your ass when you said it. I was like, don't say that. Definitely not making any friends here.
Nope.
Your winner was The Shrub, who won his 55th Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series win. All right, that's enough.
Yep.
Second was Bad Brad. Third, Eric Jones. Fourth, Chase Elliott. Fifth, Clip Boyer. Sixth was Dennis Hamlin. Seventh, Sliced Bread. Eighth, Daniel Suarez. Ninth, William Byron. 10th, Eric Almirola. Kurt Busch. 11th, Ryan Blaney. 12th. 13th, Daniel Hemrick.
With a K.
C, actually.
I know.
Dumbass. 14th, Chris Buescher. Alex Bowman.
The Showman.
Caught him off guard. 15th, 16th was Ryan Newman, and 17th was in the number 95 Lightning McQueen mobile.
Matt DiBurrito.
18th, Paul Menard. Jimmy
Johansson.
was 19th. Michael McDowell, 20th. Bubba Wallace, 21st. Kevin.
Happy Harvick was
22nd.
second.
I should get a free dinger because I had him in the race pool. 23rd, Ryan Priest. 24th, Ross Chastain. 25th, Bailey Curley. 26th, Kyle Larson. 27th, Ty.
My brother is Austin. I don't deserve to be in the playoffs, Dylan.
28th, Reed Sorensen. 29th, Quinn Hoof. 30th, David Reagan. 31st, Landon Castile. 32nd, Recky
Stenhouse.
His dumb name was
Junior.
33rd, Matt Tiff. 34th, JJ.
Jelly.
Actually, it should be Peanut Butter and
Jelly.
35th, Marty.
Big Fly.
36th, Comfort.
And Joy.
And 37th,
Austin. I don't deserve to be in the playoffs, Dylan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was paying attention.
I was, thank God. Oh, that's good stuff.
So that was your race.
Results. And I wanted to say that when the Shrub got his 55th win, he tied Rusty Wallace.
I was going to say that, but you...
For 9th all-time on the NASCAR win list. In a career.
That's enough.
What do you mean that's enough?
We're winning. That's enough.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I like this. I like this what NASCAR did. So NASCAR altered because they can't. They must have watched our show. Were you watching our show? Because they stowed my idea. NASCAR
Really?
alters Pocono qualifying format to where they would send 3 cars simultaneously.
Oh, jeez.
That's genius.
It is.
They sent them out 15 seconds apart.
Yep.
Were you watching the damn show?
They probably were.
I want my money because that was my idea, damn it. This says on here, NASCAR considering hybrid engines. If they did that, I would not be a NASCAR fan anymore.
Yep.
Okay, it's called a stock car, not a
upgraded car.
Not a the other term for happy car. All right.
Yeah.
What it's only 3 letters long. It's got an A and a Y, but it starts with a different letter.
Yeah.
So,
because there's nothing stock about this hybrid engine.
Yeah. The only thing stock is it go into the trash.
Yeah.
So, alright, whatever. Soapbox. The next race is the Firekeepers Casino 400 on Sunday, June 9th. We are going to the Xfinity race on June 8th.
You know you're old when you say the Busch series instead of the Xfinity series, like my dad and I do.
You guys still say the Busch series?
I still do, my dad still does, but then we correct ourselves and say the Xfinity series.
My dad still says the Busch series too.
Yep.
Well, ever since it was debuted, once it got sponsored, it was always called the Busch series.
Yeah.
So, and the reason why Dad still calls it is because so you have the Detroit Tigers. This is more of a baseball reference. You have the Detroit Tigers and the West Michigan Whitecaps.
Yeah.
Okay? What would the Whitecaps be?
The minor league affiliates.
What's another term for minor league?
Semi-pro.
No, they're still pro.
All right.
Semi-pro. When you say semi-pro, that means they don't have to pay, but they don't get paid.
Oh.
That's semi-pro. I'm sure you've heard of this term once I say it. Another term for minor leagues is
juniors.
Another term for minor leagues is the Busch Leagues.
Busch League.
The Busch Leagues. B-U-S-H. Not like the Busch beer.
Oh.
Busch Leagues.
That
B-U-S-H.
That I've never heard of.
Oh.
I kid you not.
Oh, that's sad. You need to get out more. They call them the Busch Leagues. And it just so happened that NASCAR's second highest tier of racing was sponsored by Busch Beer.
Yep.
Now you just dropped a C, and now you have the Busch Series.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say Busch Series, I could be saying Busch. I could be saying Busch. Like squeeze me, Busch Beer, or I could be saying about the Busch Leagues without the C. So, practices. Sorry for being pubescent. Practices are Friday, June 7th at 2:05 to 2:55 p.m. and 4:05 to 4:55 p.m. And then Saturday is qualifying at 12:05 p.m., which we get to go watch.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
That's good stuff. All right. All right, time to go on to a little bit of that NASCAR news. And, I love how they do the race rewind thing, and the thing they show on there is Austin Dillon putting it into the wall.
Wow. I would assume they probably show Recchi getting in the middle of that.
I don't think Recchi was.
No, not in the middle of that, but I mean his own. They probably showed his own separate wreck.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, that is what I meant. Yeah, I hope they would. Oh, gosh, it's fun.
Jeez.
It's good stuff.
Yep. All right, let's go on to
fantasy.
Yes. And we have a
new leader.
Now, you could sure as know that it's not Andy.
Yeah.
Because he could have cleaned the house. We could have all got 0 points, and I still would have been ahead of you.
Yep.
You were so bad.
Mm-hmm. Was I ever?
Actually, if you would have gotten all 19 possible points, and I got 0, we would have been tied at 46.
That's funny. Stuff
it used
right
to could.
There. That's funny. Stuff right there.
So, I chose Kevin Happy Harvick, which was a good pick for Pocono, until the freaking... He was coming out of... So they come down...
yeah, when I saw this, my dad and I started laughing.
They're coming down pit road for the final pit stops, and he's coming... I mean, he's keeping up with the shrub.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's right about 3/4 of a second back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's not falling back. He's not getting any closer, but he's not falling back. He's pretty much like 0.65 to 0.85 seconds back on average.
Yeah.
In that range, he's like going back and forth. You know, he get around that car, probably fall back to 0.9 of a second. Catch back up to 3/4 of a second back.
Something like that.
You know, it was just like, but he could not get really any closer.
Yeah.
They were two equally good cars. They were very equal.
Mm.
So then they come down for pit stops. The Shrub takes 4 tires. Kevin Harvick takes 2 tires. You know, like if you have to do something different, because obviously doing the same thing to them is not working.
Yep.
So they do something different. He gets 2 tires. Meets him out of the pits. Freaking A, his crew does not know how to hold on to a tire.
Yep.
Uncontrolled tire valve. Like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I was pissed. I'm like, you serious? That would have been a good race. That would have been a good race between them two.
It would have.
Harvick on 2 tires, probably 3-4 seconds ahead of the Shrub. Shrub on 4 tires. That would have been a good race. And then he had power steering problems, so then he was completely out of the race. I'm like,
yeah,
yes.
Had a broken steering box or something like that.
Yeah, he broke a steering box.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
It was cracked, it said. And then once I heard that happened, my dad was in the rocking chair. I heard him yell out at the top of his lungs, yeah! And I saw him just go ahead waving his arms up and down like this, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's funny. I kid you not, he threw his hands in the air like he just didn't care.
And then you're like, what happened? Funny. He's like, Harvick's out, Bush is in the league, and you're just like, well, I have the Bush. He's like, all right, the Shrub, you need to wreck.
Yeah, no, my dad and I were both happy about that.
Yeah.
We loved it.
This was me when the Shrub won the race. All right, Channel 8, time to flip into the IndyCar race.
Yep.
He crossed the start-finish line, 8.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. I got 1 whopping point for stage 1, so I'm at 47 points. Andy, get back to him. Richie Rich Bros Bad
Brad
Keselowski. He got 1 point stage 1 and 2. Got 5 points finishing in the top 3 for a total of 7 at 67 points. Big
Mitt
had Dennis Hamlin, and he, for the first time in how many races? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 races got goose eggs.
Hot dang.
And he's at 63 points. We have a new leader. Richie Rich has taken over the top spot.
And if you've been paying attention to our show for a long enough time, you remember that Richie Rich was at the ship house and was in
he was like, believe it or not, he was actually behind Andy.
Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, he went from the ship house to the penthouse.
Yeah. Let's see. It all started with the race at Martinsville.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas was the last race. He was in last place. In fact, Mitt was second to last at 22 points.
Nice.
And then he
won.
and then Rich and Mitt went off from Bristol on.
Yeah, when the Shrub won at Bristol.
Yep. Actually, yeah, I don't think.
Then he skyrocketed to the lead there. And when Truex won the Coke 600. Wow. Yeah. Alright, we got that covered.
Yeah. And then Andy got 10 points overall.
For winning the
race.
race.
He didn't win in didn't get anything in stage 1, nothing in stage 2. He just got the bare minimum for being the winner. 10 points. So he's at 37 points.
Better than
Still
nothing.
in last place.
Alright, so I need 3 more races. To win 3 more races. That's just to catch up to Richie Rich.
Yeah, and that's saying he gets zeros.
Yeah, across the board.
So you get to pick first again.
For
Have you
Michigan,
decided a driver?
I'll have my pick next episode.
Well, before next episode.
Yeah.
So, next race is Michigan. So, I already have 2 guys I'm thinking of.
Oh boy.
You pick yours wisely. Alright.
I hope.
I believe it is now time to...
Go on to.
Who had that number? Go ahead.
Alright, by who had that number? You are still on the 06-07 season for the WinWings. In that season, who had the key number of 29?
0607 29?
For
Brian
the
Rafalski.
WinWings. Huh?
Brian Rafalski.
That is incorrect. He had 28.
Oh, that son of a...
Oh, don't you hate that?
The horror. 29, eh?
Born August...
You said it was a defenseman, right? You haven't said yet, actually.
I haven't said that. I was just about to get to that. Born August 11, 1980, age 38. This guy was born in London, Ontario, Canada. 5'11", 194 pounds. He is not a defenseman. He is a right winger with a right-handed shot. This guy was undrafted. In the 95-96 season, he played with some team in the OHA, and then from the 96-97 season all the way to the 99-2000 season, in the OHL, he played with the Peterborough Petes, and then he signed a contract with the Detroit WinWings in the 2000-2001 season, where he played with them, along with the Cincinnati Mighty Ducks and the Grand Rapids Griffins, all the way until the 06-07 season. Then in the middle of that season, he played 20 games for the Chicago Deadhawks, along with the 07-08 season, where he played 43 games. And then in the 08-09 season, he played for the Atlanta Thrashers, and along with the Columbus Blue Jackets. In the 2009-2010 season, he went back to the WinWings, but then in the 10-11 season, he went to the Dallas Lone Stars. Then after that, in the 11-12 season, he played for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins and the other team in Pennsylvania. From there, in the 2012-2013 and 13-14 season, he played for some team in the NLA that I've never heard of both of those. In the 14-15 season, he played 72 games for the Oklahoma City Barons in the AHL, and then in the 15-16 season, he played for 9 games for some team in the DEL. That I have no idea what that is.
I believe that's the German hockey.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he called it a career from there after the 15-16 season. 455 games played, 227 points. This guy's initials is...
Jeez, I'm already getting the initials. How much time's left?
20 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
J.W.
J.W.
Yeah.
Left-handed shot.
Right-handed shot.
Right-handed shot.
Right winger Canadian, undrafted.
J.W. I don't know. Who is it?
This guy got married in July 2010, and he's got a dog named Harley. Oh, you cute dog picture there. This guy's name is Jason Williams. You've never heard of Jason Williams before? Really?
Nope.
He used to play for the Red Wings for a little bit, and then I remember him playing for the Griffins. Back in the day, he was a free agent in the 16-17 season. I remember that from NHL 17, and I had him on my team that I made or whatever. Used to play for the Griffins back in the day, too.
This is the movement of somebody who doesn't know who you're talking about.
I can't believe it. Well, I guess I lost that one. That sucked.
Great. I am not going to lose this one. You might get it right, but I'm not going to lose it, because you damn well know who this driver is.
I better. Alright.
Let me just look up his info page.
Who drove the number 10 GoDaddy car for the... Oh, wait a minute.
Somebody who was a backmarker.
Yeah.
What is backmarker for 500, Alex?
That's it.
Alright, who drove the number 25
25,
car
okay.
for all but 2 races, it looks like? The 1997 season.
Dang it.
All but 2 races. He drove from the first race at Daytona through the last race at Atlanta. The only 2 races he did not drive in was Texas, which was driven by Todd Bodine, and Jack Sprague at Bristol.
I've heard of those guys before.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But he drove in every other race. He was born May 24th, so he just recently celebrated his 53rd birthday.
Old timer.
And he was born in 1966 from Newburgh, Maine, United States. He was a 1991 Busch North Series champion. That's a mouthful. He was a 1990 Busch North Series Rookie of the Year. 1990 and 1991 Busch North Series Most Popular Driver. 1992 Busch Series Rookie of the Year. The 1995 Winston Cup Series Rookie of the Year. He only has 2 wins in the Cup Series. I'm going to list one. I'm not going to list the other one, because if I list the other one, it's going to be a dead giveaway who it is.
Really?
Yes. His first win, or his first race in the Cup Series, was the 1991 AC Delco 500 at Rockingham. His last race was the 2004 EA Sports 500 at Talladega. He ran 278 races over 11 years. His first win was the 2001 Old Dominion 500 at Martinsville. Second and last win was in 2003. He has 41 top 10s and 6 poles. He is most well known. Actually, I have a picture of his car. Thank you, Wikipedia. His car, at least one of his sponsors, was... His car was red and sponsored by Budweiser.
Really?
Yes.
Huh? Oh.
He is most well known, I would say, driving a different car.
Which is?
Hold on. In my opinion, I'm more well known, or think of him more or less in a different car. I've stopped the timer, don't worry. Let me see. Let me go back. Come on. Let's go with that year. Yep. I would say he's more well known driving the number 32 car. Timer starts again.
32. Oh. Dang.
He has been on Fox Sports this year as a TV analyst.
Really?
Yes. For pre-race. $15 left. The number 32 car was sponsored by a laundry detergent known as Tide.
Ricky Craven.
Oh, out of time.
No! God.
You literally, it was, I kid you not, it was 2:59, and then you said Ricky, and then it flipped 3 minutes before you said Craven.
Dang. No.
Did not beat the timer.
You know.
Nah, I'm just busting your chops, you did.
Okay, thank God.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I almost did not say Tide, because I'm like, if I say Tide, because I didn't say the Darlington race in 2003. I knew, because that's tied for the closest finish in NASCAR history at 2/1000ths of a second. And I did say that because I'm like, I was like, if I say that, he's sure as hell gonna get that right.
Yeah, I have seen that so many times before. Oh
And then
my gosh!
I said laundry detergent because I'm like, if I say at first I was like, if I say Tide, he's gonna think, you know, automatically, boom, 32 car Tide, Ricky Craven.
Yep.
So that's why I waited until there was less than 5 seconds left to say the Tide part.
Okay, let's talk about the one that got away. Threw that Santa hat for nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the end of this good show. Hot dang.
Yep, it is. So, thank you very much for watching this episode of the IH show. We hope that you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, please like down below. And subscribe to our channel to be up to date with video releases. And when we do a live stream, your hat looks like it just took a Viagra.
That.
Oh, jeez, it's funny because it's the color pink, too.
Ah!
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
alright, well, we're going to HE double hockey sticks for that one.
Oh, I'm going for much worse.
Oh, yeah, straight down.
Yeah, I'm driving the bus down there.
Yeah, really.
Just pull up, hop on, bitches.
We got places to go.
Yeah. We got things to do and places to be. Let's go. They hang the little bell thing. Oh, this is my stop.
Ding, ding.
Yeah. Where was that? Hit the little bell advice so we do get notified when we do upload a new episode where we do a live stream. By the way, Harold, you gonna tell them what we're gonna do shortly after this?
Yeah, here starting at 5:30 is when I think it starts.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
We are gonna do our World of Derp live stream. Please.
World of what? Say it, the actual game.
World of Tanks.
There you go. We'll call it the World of Derp stream.
Yep. That'll be episode number 3. It starts at about 5:30. We'll have that.
Give or take a few minutes.
Yeah, and then also give or take a few minutes. It will end around 6:30. So
I'd say we could go more than an hour.
I know we could, but I mean, I'll probably have to get going around then. But well, whatever.
Then just do it at your house then.
We could.
Okay, never mind. It will start at 6.
We can do it here.
All right, never mind. It starts at 5:30.
Yep.
All right. If you like to make the show better and in turn be more productive, please support us on Patreon. Link to that down below. If you like to contact the show is ihnshow@gmail.com, and I'll be in the description and on the outro screen. If you'd like to start a conversation in the comments, please do so. We're just going to say mean and vulgar language.
Racism, politics, and sexism is not allowed.
Sorry for the fast talking, but we don't got a lot of time. So,
we gotta
choose
go.
conversations before we type. We're all here for good fun. All right, got anything else to add there, Harold?
Not a dang thing.
All right. NASCAR is on Sunday, June 9th, 2 p.m. Eastern on Michigan on FS1. The next NASCAR race is Sunday, June 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern at Texas on NBC.
The Big Boy Network.
We hope you can join us on Wednesday at 4 p.m. for your next live stream. Join us for World of Tanks. Have a great week.